I, 30F, met my husband Dave, 32M, when we were little. He's been my best friend since we were 10. We were raised in very conservative Christian families in the Bible Belt. We followed the script expected of us, dated in high school, engaged in college, married after his graduation, and kids after I established a career. Kids are 5 and 3. We've been married for 10 years. We separated but stayed legally married 3.5 years ago, /C. I finally admitted to him / myself that I'm lesbian. I thought that I could fake it till I make it, but I just couldn't do it anymore. We separated but stayed legally married 3.5 years ago because I finally admitted to him and myself that I'm lesbian. I thought that I could fake it till I make it, but I just couldn't do it anymore. It was strained for a while, and we continued couples therapy. Ultimately, we both wanted to do the best for our kids. For us, that meant continuing to live together. He lives in the apartment above our detached garage, because neither of us wanted to be single parents. Eventually, we both started dating other people, and I met my girlfriend Krista around 1.5 years ago. She knew I had kids and an unconventional co-parenting arrangement up front, and I told her I was still legally married after 6 months of dating. She had been fine with our living / co-parenting style prior to this, but was less than thrilled by my lack of official divorce. She asked if divorce was eventual, and I told her yes. Dave and I agreed we'd divorce when it no longer was mutually beneficial to remain married, i.e., a new potential spouse. The longer Krista and I were together, the more my being married bothered her. She feels remaining married symbolizes I'm subconsciously clinging to my straight identity and is a barrier to moving on with my life, which I mildly disagree with but understand. She does not want to get married and had voiced the opinion that it was just a piece of paper, so I'm surprised it's become such a big deal. I agreed 4 months ago that I would bring it up with Dave and set a timeline for divorce by the end of this year to make her happy. 2 months ago, Dave's company downsized his job, and a week later he found out his increasing fatigue and illness was aggressive leukemia. He's undergoing treatment that is estimated to be 10% effective in cases like his, and they told him to consider that this might be terminal. If the treatment fails, they've given him 6 months to 1 year. For Krista, this changes nothing. For me, divorcing Dave now would be unconscionable and would make what is potentially his final months even harder than they have to be. Whether she likes it or not, he's the father of my children and my oldest friend. To force the issue while he's fighting for his life would be incredibly selfish and damaging to both him and our kids. She's telling me that not only am I regressing into denial about my sexuality by refusing to bring it up again, but also that I'm already a selfish a-hole by leading her on, and that I want the best of both worlds by remaining married to a man while continuing to date a woman. Additional comment from OP. I didn't hide my marital status. I didn't hide anything from her. I spent 20 effing years hiding how I felt about people, and I was done doing it. I told her what she wanted to know, as she wanted to know about it. She knew there was a man I'd been married to. She knew that I had young children with him. She knew we lived under different roofs on the same property. She knew we were still friends. She learned these things as they came up in conversation, as we got to know each other. She spent the first 4 months seeing other people, being extremely vocal about not wanting a relationship, and calling us an extended booty call. Sorry, I don't think someone who's expressed interest lies solely in getting in my pants, and not a damn thing else counts as a relationship. The moment she expressed a desire for something more, we had a conversation where I explained everything and gave her every opportunity to tell me to F off. If that makes me a piece of crap, then I guess I'm a piece of crap. Update, 3 days later. First off, I know this isn't a support sub and I didn't expect for it to be. But it kinda turned out that way, and I appreciate you all so much. Thank you. I received the most helpful, constructive feedback I've ever gotten in my entire life from this sub. As far as the issue at hand, in my last post, I feel confident that I'm doing the right thing by not asking Dave for a divorce. Krista still disagrees, damn near violently. As such, she is no longer my girlfriend. I tried to have a calm, adult conversation with her about it the night after my original post. Emphasis on tried. She was immediately aggravated and defensive, told me that unless the next words out of my mouth involved signing divorce papers, we had nothing to talk about. I asked her why it bothered her so much, and it turned into an argument no matter how calmly I tried to remain. Ultimately, she admitted, in a fit of rage, that she felt people who stayed friends with their exes are psychologically damaged and guaranteed to cheat. When I asked if she knew my situation and felt that way, why did she press me for a relationship? that she originally said she never wanted. She said that she assumed Dave would snap and do something that either was awful or that she could convince me was awful at some point. It then came out in our argument that she was pushing so hard on the divorce issue now to intentionally create tension and shatter Dave and I's care for each other because, again, in her opinion, it's completely unnatural. That was it. I told her I was done, and I didn't need a heartless, selfish, insecure, jealousy-riddled POS like her in my life or around my kids. The rest of it after that was just immature on both of our parts, with us both yelling insults at each other while she threw stuff everywhere, clothes, blankets, couch cushions, looking for things she brought to the house and left over the last year. The kids weren't there, thank God. I had the foresight to see if Dave would have them for a sleepover in his apartment. I'm okay, I think, greeting a bit, which feels stupid considering everything. But I feel like I had a rotten tooth for so long, I didn't realize how much pain and pressure it was causing me until I yanked it out.